Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Ebon Sales Exalted, Season 1, Episode 25, Duels. We will begin as typical with introductions, starting with Kerr.
Hello everyone, I'm Kerr, I'm the storyteller, I'm the one who runs all these games, and I'm worried I'm going to be the one who murders all of my players today.
Hi, I'm Toshime, playing Guaco Pelps, the one who's limit breaking today.
And I am Zim, and I am playing Nevis, King of Conquerors. And I am a Lunar Exalted, and I'm probably going
Jaffa
to never...
says, I am Jaffa. I play Murder, the murder verb.
Well, thank
I
you
like
for
the
that,
murder verb.
Jaffer, but you could have waited till your turn. But I'm going to be very upset with Kerr if he kills off Nevis tonight, considering I just got Nevis's ref sheet.
Time to murder!
Kill him.
A magnanimous dispensation.
Tokeme tipped $110.
Well, there goes the goal.
I saw
Toshime!
that tip goal. I took that personally.
Toshime, thank you so much for that tip and your support. As always, it means so much. The tip goal has been fully completed. Highway Sark.
Hey, I'm Sark. I'm a wolf, and there are no wolves bigger than me.
That also sounds like a challenge.
I'm an infernal, I think. Infernal?
Yes, you're infernal.
But I also do a lot of killing, and most of the killing is, well, probably should have picked a Death Lord, but we're not going to talk about that. You know,
Okay, Death wannabe.
okay. You know what? I have killed many, many people. I in fact do Death's job better than he does.
Also, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Go ahead. Continue the introductions and the recap real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're copying death that much there, Sark?
Listen, I don't know who's whistling, but whenever I find out who's whistling, I'm going to run them over with a Lehman Russ tank.
Hi, I'm Wearable, and I play Redacted, the bigger wolf than Sark.
You know, you can say that. It doesn't make it true.
Until it is true.
But until
Suits
then,
you.
it's not true.
All right, and now we're going to turn the introduction over to Zool, played by Azareth.
My ears, and it's Arzadeyu, who also plays Azareth, who also plays Zool.
No, your icon is Azareth right now, so you're clearly. You're bringing
funny-looking dragon
Azareth into this. Oh, poor Azareth is going to get destroyed.
Oh, poor Azareth.
Man, you guys are such bullies.
Yeah.
I mean, no, we're just saying. I mean, you popped in here as. Oh, there's Zool! Okay, go ahead and go with your intro.
Well, greetings everyone, I am Arzadeyu, and I play Zool, the dragon-blooded dragon king, aspect of the wind. He's very much of the knowledge type, and is magic-focused. He's also
Yeah.
yelled a lot because, you know, Nevis likes to yell his name really loudly.
I
you're telling
only
us that you're a
speak his
nerd.
name properly.
I don't think so.
Zule.
Zule!
Now you're just adding an accent to my not to my name. God,
Zul? Thank you. Alright, so we're gonna turn the recap over to... You know what? I was going to leave you go tonight, Toshime, but considering you are probably going to limit break, go for it. It might be the last sentient thing we hear from you tonight.
Last time
Zulanade?
on Ebon Sales.
Sorry, go ahead.
Last time on Ebon Sales Exalted, we went after the bandits, and we found a jade tower instead. People were turned into jade people. They instructed us to come inside, and we found the person who made them. We're deciding on what to do while he monologues at us.
I mean, that's about as accurate as it can get.
I
Short,
mean,
clear.
yeah, while it is accurate, I think we're pretty well decided we're gonna kill him.
Listen, Sark had a plan. Oh wait, no, I'm Sark. I had a plan, and I was about to enact it, but then Nevis pulled a Rogel Dorn and was like, "No." My plan was great too. Now we need to deal with the consequences of not enacting that plan.
No, we can do your plan. We just don't want the army getting caught in the crossfire. We can hold out at least a moment or two.
Yeah, but then the element of but then we would have lost the. We've
Jaffa
already lost
says,
the element of
all these
surprise.
40k references. I play nids. So / chomp, consume.
Okay, Nid player.
Nid player.
Shrugs and unsure what this reference is.
Tyrannid. Hive people.
Alien space bugs that are overpowered.
Hey, I'm an alien space
Jaffa
bug, and
says,
I'm overpowered.
my other army is knights. Would you rather take them on?
Yeah. I mean, I've got my guard with Custodes backup. I mean, we're all set. Also, Jaffer, did you say squats? I really hope you said squats.
What he said is in the chat.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
Jaffa says, my nids is a Nidzilla list. All big stuff.
Well, while we give Kerr a moment, I will be right back.
Jaffer, did you see the? Did you see anything about what came out at Adepticon? That they're basically in 10th edition. They're going to say, all right, so we're going to make it so that people stop taking lists of just stupid OP units, and we're going to make it so that people actually take more varied lists. Because apparently, people taking just Predator jet bikes or shield captains on Dawn Eagle jet bikes is apparently no fun. Or the people that are just like, yes, mass melta.
Are you sure?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what they said at the reveals. Again, I could be totally dumb and wrong beyond all belief.
There, I sent you something.
Jaffa says, I play for fun anyway. My Tyranids are old. Like Metal Carnifex sold.
Respect.
I have returned.
Hey look, Nevis has returned.
Did you say Knevis?
No. Just Nevis.
I could have sworn you said Knevis.
What have you got there? A knife?
Kniff.
Knigget. I'm so excited to play. Now we just need Kerr to come back. Kerr! Why have you forsaken us? Well, in the meantime, I guess we'll go ahead and talk about things.
Don't worry, Kirk got the main thing out of the way. The payday.
Oh no. I mean, if he doesn't come back and run, I'm sending you the money back, so no.
Hello, I'm back. I'm sorry. I literally was just sitting down.
Okay. Well then,
I might
let
have
us begin.
Okay, I might have to step away again because my stomach is still upset with me, but I can go for at least a little bit. All right, so we got the recap and everything taken care of?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And so you all face down against glint as he draws his scythe and points it at you. You will not stand in the way of unity. I cannot allow this. Back down, or you will face me.
Why would we back down if we never got up?
Also, hi, Zool.
Hello, Kerr.
Nevis is going to just kind of whisper to Craberius. Are the cannons on the ship ready?
Just about.
Excellent. Tell them to fire once the moment is right.
It will be done, sir.
And Nevis is slamming his spear down in the ground in front of him, like he does. I do not believe that you fully understand who you are facing. I am Nevis, King of Conquerors, and it is you who will die today. I will not allow you to spread this abomination across all of creation. These people will be freed
Jaffa
by
says,
death if
"Murder will look to
needed.
Neves. Go time?
My big speech. You interrupted it.
You see? Even now, you cannot work together. You cannot show the true unity that creation needs.
That was out of character, Kerr.
Or was it?
I mean, I think
Yes,
it's better
it
in
was.
character.
No, that was not in character.
Jaffa says, murder will just attack. No monologuing.
I mean, we knew that was going to happen.
Cue the music.
The music's already rolling. But okay.
I have my own theme music going for this. All right.
You're the monster. You don't get to run away from me.
Everyone, please roll a d10.
Rolling a d10. Ow. Thanks, dice. Oh.
So Nephis first, then Zool.
I just realized I've never actually done combat.
I will walk you through it. All right, give me a second while I'm getting everything set up.
So we'll need to know how big the room is.
Alright. Sark and Guaco, could you guys which of you has the higher dexterity? Or no. Just roll another D10. I'm just gonna use that because the system's a little bit more complicated.
Guaco wins.
So So with the way initiative works in this system, with the way combat works in this system, it's different than 3rd edition, and it's different from basically every other game we've ever done. I think we've only ever had like one combat really in this game, 1 or 2 combats really that wasn't like armies and such.
Mm-hmm.
We've had
So-
we've had 2, and both times it was only murder fighting. So none of the rest of us
No,
were involved.
the ship fight.
Yeah, there's not really that much. Alright, so I will walk you guys through all this. Alright, so the way this is going to work is going to be this. Combat is going to go basically from party to party. So, you guys rolled the higher for initiative. One of you won initiative. So, since Guaco rolled the highest out of everybody, he gets to choose who goes first for the party. Once you are chosen, at the end of your turn, you will choose somebody else. Once you have been chosen, you cannot be chosen again for the current round. And eventually you will have to choose your enemy party, and they will choose who will go next. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. If they survive.
Yeah, so basically Glint will not get a turn until all of you have gone. But you guys will get to choose how you go. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So since we are on your sheet, there should be a section labeled power on there. I believe I don't have the character sheet open directly.
It is next to will and
I-
health, it seems.
Correct. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is where you are going to keep track of your power. You gather power by doing an action that will gather it. There are a lot of actions that can gather power. The normal one that used to be the only option you could do in 3rd edition was basically attacking someone to try to gain power. Other things you could do is attempt to establish stealth and attack from hiding, to observe someone and dictate orders. Basically, like you're watching someone and you realize like they leave their right side open and you start directing everyone to what to do, or giving instructions on possible weaknesses of something. You could set up traps to gather power. There, basically anything you want to think of, you could probably do it as a gather power action. It's just a matter of I'm just going to have to tell you what dice roll you're going to have to do, and you're going to have to sell me on it. What gather power does is basically you taking control of the fights. When you have gathered power, that's when you make your attack, your actual like damaging attack. And if you hit, you spend power in order to deal damage. Zool, you work on different rules. You gather will instead of power to power your spells. Once you reach the amount of will necessary to activate your spell, you get to cast it.
Alright.
So you can cast a spell in 1 turn, or it might take you 3 or 4 turns, depending on how well you roll.
Fair enough. Question.
Yes.
I have leftover will from the previous training
It's
session.
cleared out.
Very well then. Thank
Yep.
you for clarifying.
Not a problem. It's always cleared out no matter what. Whenever combat starts, if you have power or will from anything for any reason, it goes away.
Unless you have a charm.
Yes, unless you have a charm that somehow lets you do it. There's not any charms that I believe let you do that.
I
Go
thought
ahead.
I was still at 5 will, though.
That was me making a mistake.
So will is only has to do with sorcery in this.
Correct.
Okay.
That was me making a mistake when I was still getting into the system. Yeah, no. They basically completely cut out the willpower system in this game. In this style of the system. Will exists only for spellcasters and spellcasting. Any questions so far?
Nope.
Not yet.
Okay. So Guaco is going to be starting. Okay.
I'm
one
going
other
to choose murder.
Okay. One quick thing before we go in. At the start of combat, at the start of your turn, every turn, you automatically regain a mote of essence. This is something to keep you want to keep track of because it will help you be able to keep powering your charms and such, so you don't really run out unless you use a lot of them really quickly. Alright, Murder, it's going to be you first.
Probably typing out what he's doing.
Yep.
Jaffa says, Murder is going to charge and begin a series of withering attacks to beat down his opponent's guard. Using a scythe himself, he knows just how to combat one.
Okay. So, also, a note for our newer players. Whenever you stunt, which is what Jaffa did, basically you give a good description of what you're doing, something cool and awesome, you get a choice. You can either choose to get 2 dice that you can use for anything, for any reason, or you can choose to add something to the scene or change something in the scene within reason and that okay. You can only ever store 2 of these dice. And you basically always get them for stunting, and you can stunt whenever your character is involved with something. Alright, Jaffer, that is going to be a melee roll, please. Melee plus your best stats.
Jaffa says, may Murder use his stunt to draw his own blood and take 1 wound as part of the attacks?
Sure, I'll allow you to do that. I'm not sure why, but yeah, no, that's totally reasonable.
Okay, you used your action to attack yourself. Joking.
Alright. How do you have so much dice, Jaffer?
Combat character.
I know. I just want to double check. That's all. Oh, okay. A lot of tens. Yeah, I recently did a deep dive into the rules for this system to make sure I was ready. So that's why I wanted to double check everything.
Double eights.
Oh, he has double eights. Ah, that would explain why you are rolling so many dice. Fair. How many successes do we have there so far? Yes, success is 7 plus.
And tens count for 2.
And tens counts too. Well, technically 8s, 9s, and 10s counts as 2. Let me just double check real quick. That looks about right to me. Okay. So, murder. He's not going to use any charms right now for this. You dash forward and start striking at him, and he's almost immediately on the defensive. He's struggling very hard to keep up with you. But yet, even as you are hitting him, you are able to not scratch the white plating of his armor as he stumbles back. And he's panting a little bit. His armor is scruffed but undamaged, as you will be able to gain 10 power from that.
Jaffa says, just 10? I can go beyond 10, remember?
You can break the limit.
Yes.
Okay, give me a second then, real quick. You would get 11 then. He does have a high defense, even without charms. Or sorry. Yes. You get 11 then. I forgot you could break the power boundary. That was my fault.
He's going to break the limit.
Shupat Shinko.
Don't say that he's going to limit break too.
Jaffa says, Murder will smile and pass the turn to him, beckoning him to try and fight back.
Oh, okay.
Well, that happened, I guess.
All right, so
You forget this is Jaffer.
he's going to look at Murder for a moment, and his head is going to tilt a little bit as he watches him before he's going to release the hold on his scythe as it breaks apart and reforms into a beautiful white blade as he grasps it in both hands. And just holding it up in front of him as he seems to draw in a deep breath and bow his head as if in prayer as the blade ignites. And you can see his essence flare. I don't have a tower.
Kerr,
Yes?
click the gear icon in the upper right, and there's an option for hiding rolls. Hiding your rolls from us. It's one of the settings.
Okay, I am looking through it right now. Ah, there it is. Boop. So I will use this for right now. Okay. So as he lifts the blade and focuses, the blade begins to draw. You can see his anima banner flaring, a mandala of swirling lights and machinery, and rather than expanding out like it normally would, it's being drawn down into the blade of the sword, and the sword's blade begins to pulse and glow and blaze with a brilliant white light. And you can clearly tell this blade is an artifact. This is an artifact weapon he is wielding. And as he is doing this, around him, maybe about 3 feet out, a glowing white line begins to form, basically encapsulating him. It's just a line on the ground that's glowing. But he just stands there with the blade, as if ready. And he is waiting. He does nothing else, as he will pass it to Nevis.
Oh, none of his minions are getting involved?
They're watching right now. They are not. You don't understand what words he said, though, what that prayer was or anything, but it seems to be doing something.
How large is the room again?
That's a fairly large room, like 20, 30 feet at least, with a very high ceiling. Oh, Jaffer, he's not a coward. This is just the way his artifact works.
Jaffa says, coward. I gave him a free shot, and he just buffs himself. But, how much power did he gain?
You don't know. Right now, the sword is glowing very, very, very brightly, though. And you can feel the essence glowing here. Note, you guys don't have to necessarily make combat rolls. You guys could
Jaffa
try to, like,
says,
identify...
Power gathering temper. I gain an equal amount of power.
He is not gathering the power. This is for something else. This is one of his sword's special abilities, which, if someone wants to try to roll to identify the blade, they can try to roll to identify the blade. It's very much on display right now.
I'm a roll to try to identify it.
It's not your turn yet.
No.
It's Nevis's turn.
Yes.
Also, Jaffer, just so you know, the power gathering temper would only work if he were to actually attack you. So him just staying back and gathering power would not actually let you use power gathering temper.
Jaffa says, oh, if he has no power, then steel power is going to hurt him when it's my turn.
Well, even if he has power, or doesn't, like, even if he's gathering power, like I said, you don't actually get any because he's not attacking you. I'm assuming you want sagacity for determining what that sword is?
Correct. It would be sagacity.
Uh, 4. And Nevis still has his sorcerer sight and such and active, if that matters at all.
It would help. So Nevis, this sword, as you are watching it gathering power, with your sorcerer sight specifically, you're able to see strands of power coming from that glowing blade and are spreading out like a spider web around him to the edge of that circle that's forming. This sword is named Hushbringer. It is made of white jade. It is a weapon that is designed and made for channeling the force of its opponents back at them. But it can only work. One, he cannot launch any offensive attacks while he maintains the barrier field around him. And 2, he can only counterattacks against attacks made from within the barrier. But if he does, the sword is able to, it's known to be able to channel the might of whatever strikes it back at it tenfold. It was made back in the Age of the Usurpation for a great dragon blood hero to try to face the might of the Solar Exalted. The problem is that dragon blood wasn't able to keep up with the force of the weapon. So even though it could reflect strikes from beings much more powerful, doesn't mean the person's body is necessarily able to take the backlash of those strikes.
But this guy's made of white jade, which is practically indestructible.
It's very
Jaffa
likely
says,
his...
You tried this before. Remember? I overpowered a bounce back shield before.
This is a little bit different. This isn't bounce back. This is a counterattack. But it will backlash against him, too, if his body isn't ready for it. That was the downfall for this, the original wielder of the weapon. This one, though, is a white jade weapon, which means it's not as good necessarily. or it's good in different ways. Right now, Nevis, he's gathering power to add on to the strike, though. That was what his prayer was for. He's gathering power into the blade. And if you don't try to strike him, it's possible that he can gather enough power to just unleash a giant wall of searing light down on your asses and try to smite you. That is the ultimate technique of this blade. However, it can only be used once per day, and it recharges at the zenith of noon. Basically, when the sun is at its highest point in the sky. It is the ultimate attack of the blade. It can only be used that once. And once it is, the spirit of the blade is not usually happy with the wielder. It only likes to be used against things that are threats to creation.
Okay, so we have to attack.
Also, with that roll and with your sight, you do know that anytime he strikes back, he loses all gathered charge for the blade. So if he chooses to try to counterattack, he does lose the charge. And he can only counterattack once. Basically, he can only counterattack once per turn. So if Murder breaks the circle first, he can't just counter you, Nevis.
Well, Murder is currently already having gone, so...
So what's Nevis's plan?
Thinking. So, Nevis currently has his, like, at all times, he's got the hybrid body, the all-encompassing sorcerer's sight, and predator and prey mirror on. He's got a lot of modes that he's constantly got active. Constantly got it committed. So the predator and prey mirror would grant him a tie of fear.
He does not.
It's a minor intimacy.
He is incapable of it. Unless you can supernaturally give fear to things that do not feel fear. I know there are some abilities that can do that. No, it will say specifically in the thing that it can do that. For example, the Dawncast Solars can actually make things feel fear that should not be able to feel fear.
Well, this means that those two abilities are useless then. Actually, that makes 4 of my abilities useless.
He is incapable of feeling most emotions unless they're done through means that can get through immunity to it. He's very much like a golem or an undead in that fashion. Murder, what happens when the plan of hit it hard doesn't actually work?
Even harder.
Well, Nevis at least has a lot of defensive charms, so can't do much actual outright fighting with this situation, but
You
why
can gather
not go
power
for it?
by dictating everything you know to everyone.
Sure, he'll do that.
Make a what is your? Is there a leadership?
That's presence.
Make a presence roll for me.
Oh, sure thing.
Because you're going to be trying to basically guide everyone and direct them.
One, two, three. Oh wait, no, I double nines on this. So 9 more.
Also, I did forget to explain this. This is my fault. You don't have to take all of this power for yourself, Nevis. You can divide this power up among all of your allies.
Good to know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. By my calculation, that is 21 successes.
That looks about correct to me as well.
Very nice.
There's one thing Nevis can do well, it's presence. Um,
So you can choose how you want to divide that power up.
I know. And Jaffer, I'm aware of that is how you built your character, but at the same time, I think the rest of us would kind of like a moment to shine as well.
Nevis, don't give me any power.
I don't think Zul can use any power.
Can Zul use power?
Zul could use power if they wanted to try to actually fight, but they cannot use it for any sorcery or anything.
Oh. I can't think of how anything for power besides maybe Wood Dragon's Claw, but
Well, Toshime, we don't have reason in game to know not to give Guaco power.
You could give it to Sark.
I'm going to give 5 to everybody except for Zul, and I will keep 6 for Nevis.
Okay.
And then I will pass it to Sark.
So after that information has been given, I'm going to say, I'm going to pop out my my weapon and then activate its ability to basically create the mist all around this area.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, I guess, stealth.
Okay. Yep. You could use stealth to gather power.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Go ahead and make your stealth roll. And please note down your stealth roll for me, just so we can keep track of it.
And don't forget to add the 5 power from Nevis.
What is adding the 5 power?
Basically, just add 5 power onto your sheet so you can have it marked down already. He gave it to you.
That helps for when you attack.
It's my best attribute plus stealth, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I messed up.
Yeah, you'd get at least 2 from that.
Well, no, because I got a 1.
A 1 is only a -1.
Oh. Yeah, you're right.
Yep, so you got 2 successes. Okay. So you get to add on 2 power to your character sheet as you vanish into the mist.
So now you're at 7 power.
And now it is your turn to choose who you would like to go next.
I'm going to choose Guac.
Bucko!
And it's limit break.
That is up to Kerr, I'll remind you.
I'm okay with it.
Well, then, isn't it you taking it, doing his turn
No,
then?
he still keeps control of it. It just triggers a specific. Basically, what happens in this edition is he triggers a flaw that's going to affect his character. Usually, it goes along with whatever his triggers are. So in this case, basically, I would see absolute rage and anger lasting until his anger or rage gets someone that he cares about hurt. That's usually how these things are done.
And Clint, you believe that you
Toshime, you are really quiet.
Yeah, just need to fix this real quick.
No worries.
That should fix it.
There we go, yeah.
dog barking in the background, so I turned down volume.
Oh.
The dogs are loud. Bark, bark, bark.
Clint, you believe that you're helping creation by turning them into this? This looks exactly like something the fair folk would do. And I'll take the hammer off my back and going to charge using Heaven's Thunder Hammer.
I love that charm. Heaven's Thunder Hammer is one of my favorite charms from 3rd edition and 2nd edition. It's fun.
And this can be used as a withering close combat attack with the solar sledgehammer punch, counting extra successes as damage for determining knockback.
Okay, I am going to say you will realize that he can try to choose to counterattack you if you get within the range of his circle.
Somebody needs to hit him.
You will be able to get your attack off. You will hit him, but he will probably hit you back.
I understand, but the range.
Beginnings.
That's fair. I just wanted to double check. He also might try to clash you.
And for this one, close combat, my best stat, plus my accuracy.
Yes. So I will walk you guys through what's going to happen here once he does. Oh god. Oh god, Baco.
Dang.
Okay, so everyone, let's take this as a learning experience here. What Guaco has done is triggered what's called a clash attack. What a clash is basically you are able to use your action if you have not made an attack yet to basically launch an attack against someone. You know that scene where the two samurai are facing each other down and then strike each other at the same time?
Yep.
It's that. Or it's when two people basically strike at the exact same time against each other. And their swords clash. Whoever basically what happens here for a clash is both people roll off, and whoever rolls more successes wins. It's usually a pretty simple thing to do. You can use that to basically try to ward off people who might roll really, really well if your defense isn't that good, but your attack is. Alright.
So we're leaving it up to chance. I like that.
Toshime only rolled one success.
I
Whoever rolled...
I have an overwhelm of 5.
Yeah, so you're always rolling 5 if you actually hit.
But I have a damage of 14.
you're going to do horrible things to someone if you hit.
Mm-hmm.
The
I just need to hit.
if you hit, there are going to be a red mist. That's all that left of them. But with a clash, basically, it's basically treated as though whoever wins the clash is basically treated as continuing their attack, if that makes sense. Boop. Second. Guaco.
I stopped his ability.
Yeah. Yeah, you're about to get hurt though. What is your soak?
Soak of 5.
Okay. Okay. So he's only gonna roll this many dice.
That sounds concerning.
He's only gonna roll this many dice. Thank God he did not use any charms but his sword. As Guaco, he will inflict 7 points of lethal damage to you. And that will cause him to use up all of the energy in his sword in that attack. As he basically, when you move into strike, his sword already lashes up, bats the head of your hammer to the side before in one fell swoop just literally like puts the sword up against your shoulder going down and then just slices it down.
I did my job. Zul, your turn.
As Guaco just collapses to the ground bleeding very, very heavily.
Still alive.
Hey, he's still alive! I don't know what else I can do besides gather will.
You can try to gather will. Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. How do I? It's what? Sagacity plus highest attribute, or what else? Okay.
Sorry, you cut out there.
Oh, apologies.
No, you're good.
I roll sagacity plus highest attribute, correct?
Yes.
Alrighty then.
And of course, if you have any charms or anything, you can use them. But I don't think you do.
I don't have any charms.
Yes, you put them all into sorcery.
Yep, I made
Oh,
myself
yeah.
a sorcerer build.
Unless
So-
he's I just have one little thing. Unless he's immune, at the end of the attack, the target is knocked back 1 range band.
Do you have to actually succeed in the attack?
Spend 1 mote on step 7. At the end of the attack, the target is knocked back 1 range band.
Step 7 is damage, I believe.
Okay.
So I think you have to activate that charm when you do damage to somebody. But
Okay, so that didn't get activated.
yes, so you did not spend the vote.
Well, Zul will start gathering energy by using the force of wind that was created from Guaco going forward, and these. I assume there was some sort of shockwave from.
Oh yes. Oh yes, this was two exalted level weapons hitting each other. There was a massive shockwave of power.
Cool. Zul would like to start using that to his advantage and channel that
Okay.
into his will.
I will allow this. And I will also grant you your stunt dice.
Alright, then I will hold on to my stunt dice for now.
Okay.
As I'm going to say the wind is going to start to flow around Zul.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reroll that 10.
I'm rolling that 10.
That's 6 successes on your gather power.
Alright, not bad.
So if you have
Alright.
any spells that can be activated for 6 power or less, you can choose to activate them as part of the gather power action or gather will action.
Let's work back on the first trick. Sure. Let's try Death of Obsidian Butterflies.
Death of Obsidian Butts.
Why did that get a laugh out of me? Cur?
There is a joke among the Exalted circles of a meme of 100 things that Exalted players are no longer allowed to do. One of them was having a Solar Circle sorcerer counter a casting of spell of Obsidian Butterflies in order to create the spell Death of Obsidian Butts.
Alright, interesting combination.
But yes, you may. What do you roll for that?
I spend 5 will. I make a decisive area of effect attack as medium ranged weapon that affects every range band up to long range, as it describes, so long as it's within the character's field of perception.
Basically, this entire room.
The stack produces heavy cover and it destroys light cover. And I may treat the remaining will as though it were power. And the butterflies remain after the spell is cast, creating difficult terrain.
Which means it's harder to move through it.
Does that include allies as well?
Yes. For everyone to try to move through the range band.
Ow. Well, I've already made the spell. So I will spend 5 will, and then I would like to spend the last one as though it were power.
Okay. So you'll get an extra damage on the dice if you hit.
Alrighty then. What do I roll next?
So you get to launch an attack. Does it give any additions to the attack at all, like accuracy or anything in the stat block?
No, just to spend 5 will, and I make a decisive area of effect attack.
Okay. So for a spell, that would be a sagacity roll.
Alright. And obviously it's sagacity plus highest attribute, or just sagacity?
Always highest attribute. I just don't say that because I don't know which of your attribute is the highest.
Fair. I just always want to clarify so I don't roll more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I roll one more dice?
Not yet. That will go on to damage if you hit him.
Okay. I roll that extra 10. Ow. I count 4?
Alright, so he has suffered 2 attacks so far this round. So Whenever you are attacked, until the start of your next turn, you suffer a -1 penalty. So he has been attacked by Guaco since his last turn. So he has a -1 penalty to his defense at the moment. So let me see. This is an area of effect attack. I am going to rule this is undodgeable because there's no safe place to dodge to. So he cannot dodge it. And let me go through his list of charms real quick to see if he is going to be able to try and soak it. He does not want to use that yet. He's just going to try to trust in his soak to
Jaffa
take
says,
this.
if this is a no, is murder in the area, considering he was melee attacking the target?
Murder, you'd be able to jump back to get behind Zool. Like, you can clearly see what Zool's about to do. Everyone can. This is a very loud effect.
You
Jaffa
hear the
says,
breaking
I
of
don't want
glass
to avoid
before.
it.
You probably do.
Hmm.
But if you don't want to avoid it, you don't have to. I can't force you to do it. All right. So you would beat his defense because of his penalty that he has right now.
All right.
He's not using his normal charms to boost it at the moment because this is a ranged attack, so he doesn't get that. So you would only beat his defense because of his penalties that he's suffering at the moment.
No dice rolls.
By 1. So you get to add on your extra power plus the number of successes you beat his defense by.
So that's 2.
Jaffa says, how much will or power was spent on this attack? Murder is going to trust in his soak.
Only one power. That's all I got from it. Unless... Can I make it so that the ground isn't difficult terrain by using my stunt bonus to keep the floating shards in the air, controlled by Zoo, not Zool?
Sure, I'll allow it. You're a wind aspected dragon blood, so yeah, I could totally see you using air currents and such to keep the shards in the air rather than on the ground.
Ooh. Fair enough. That would remove the difficult terrain effect.
I will allow it.
And yeah, I'll be rolling how much? Just the 1 dice?
2 dice.
2 dice? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, dice, be good. Alright, I'll accept it. Not the best, but then again, I only spent 1 turn gathering.
Yeah, both him and Murder will take 1 point of damage.
As Zool creates the shards, shoots it out, and uses the wind currents through the room to keep the shards suspended in the air. They float around him.
Jaffa says,
Yeah, he
Murder's
looks...
soak is currently 11.
Yeah, that's not going to matter because of the minimum damage that they get. I expected a much higher dice pool, which is why I was like, I trust in a soak. No matter what, he still gets to roll those 2 dice. Otherwise, the soak would get to subtract from anything that wasn't the overwhelming.
I want to spend the next couple rounds gathering will to make big booms.
To make big booms.
I want to go make big booms. I do mean big booms. Who do I want to pass it off to?
It's gonna be the next round.
All right, it's
Yep.
next round.
So you get to choose anyone you want.
Ooh, that's what I thought. I was like, I don't know if I want to give it to Mert. I'm thinking Nevis or Sark. Okay, fair.
I know what charm he's going to be using after this one.
Or you could give it to yourself.
Yeah, you could give it to yourself. It is. This is a new turn cycle, so you can choose yourself in this case.
Okay, fair enough. I guess I will do that. I would like to roll to gather will. And then after that, I'm going to pass off my turn.
Okay, go ahead. Gather your will.
All right, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was just a drop. I'd actually roll through. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. I rolled 2 more dice.
You got 6, you said?
No, I did not say I got 6.
Oh,
He was counting the dice.
oh, gotcha.
Alright, I count... Successes is 7 and above, correct?
Correct.
1, 2, 3, 4... I count 5 from that one.
Alright.
And then, Sark, I want to see what you can do.
Alright,
Go
Sark,
for it.
your turn.
Hey, so Kurt, I've got something in my things that says it costs anima. How do I get anima?
You gain anima whenever you spend essence to fuel a charm.
Okay, so if something costs 2 anima, I can't use.
You need to spend basically 2 essence, I believe.
It's when your banner's flaring.
Yep.
Oh, what is a banner? That's
Your anima banner.
Anima banner. I'll take a look.
Let's see. So this one requires 2 anima, which I don't have. So wait, I need to spend essence? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know Corona Fury isn't active. So I was okay, so I can't do that. Can't use that either.
This game is definitely one where there's a lot of resource generation, expenditure to get other resource. It's a resource management.
I think I like it. Especially since it can build off of our creativity.
One of the things that I really love for this system in particular is the fact of being able to, before in third
Kerr, you're not facing the microphone.
Sorry, I dropped something. I was picking it up. The big issue third edition had was the only way you could gather power at all was through punching someone in the face. So it's like, what do you do to gather power if you're a stealth-based character? You can't really do it. Like, there was only like one charm you could do as a stealth character to gather power before you made your attack. Basically the equivalent of. Nowadays, you can still gather power by basically just being stealthy and staying hidden and basically lining up that perfect shot to basically drop behind someone and like slit their throat or just jam a knife into the back of their brain. Which to me I think is really cool. It's like, if you want to, you can still be like a combat character, but instead of being like, hey, I'm going to run up and smack someone, you're going to be someone that's like, Sark, you flank him from behind. Murder, take him head on and force them on the defense. Guaco, hit him from the left and make sure that no one else can join them and buy them time. Zool, start gathering power and then just blast them all. It's like, you can be like a commander in the field directing everyone. Like, there's so much added with the way they made this system work in essence, to the point like I want to port that over into third edition. Also, I love the idea of ventures that they added in this system as well. Basically, what you can do in literally any extended role is considered to be a venture. And it's basically just a roll-off. So it's like, you want to travel from here to a village. Okay, on the way there, you encounter a broken bridge over a raging river. How do you want to try to cross that? How do you want to try to overcome it? And then you guys debate among yourselves what you want to do, and then you tell me what you want to do, and I either approve or deny it. And then once that is done, you make your roll. If you succeed, you get over the task without an issue and keep going. If you fail, you overcome the task still, but there's going to be a consequence. And if you botch the roll, it depends on what I say. Usually it's like you can consider to overcome it, but then there might be like 2 or 3 different trials or consequences that you're going to have to deal with down the line because of it. And then you basically do as many tasks as I say, depending on how difficult the venture is. And once you overcome or deal with all the tasks, then you are considered to get to the end of it. And I just think that's really cool. It's a really, really catch-all system that works for just about everything.
Yeah, I don't have any charms that can actually like generate me anima, because they all require some type of anima or can't be used in this situation. So I guess I'm gonna just attack from stealth if I haven't stealthed already.
You're still stealth, so you can make your attack.
I
I need to make a roll real quick to see if he notices you. So, real quick explanation, real quick. And this is something that's kind of important. One of the things that I found with 3rd edition and a little bit with this edition is stealth is one of those considered to be god stats. for basically exactly this sort of scenario. And the reason for that is, Sark, I will explain this. Sark, if you make an attack against someone that does not know you are there, like they're basically like, say you're going after a guard that's just watching over a checkpoint. If they don't see you before you make your attack, you get to make an unexpected attack against them. What that means is their defense is automatically set to 0 before you attack them. So basically, you're going to hit them and they cannot use any charms to defend themselves. Basically, what this is usually going to result in is a one-shot kill most of the time.
Oh.
Now, there is another form, which is what's going to be happening here. He knows you're here, Sarg. He knows you're hidden somewhere around him. He can't see you, though, if he fails his perception roll. But if he fails it, his defense is halved against you before you get to make your attack roll. So if he's like super defensive and really, really hard to hit, that don't matter if he can't see you and be able to protect against you easily. And that stacks with the defense penalty from being attacked multiple times.
Oh. Also, I should probably purchase a charm that should allow me to just use power to get anima.
I believe you do have enough experience to get that. Alright, so let me make his perception roll real quick. And since you have the mist, he cannot use his abilities to try to, because nobody can see you, so he cannot get the bonuses he normally would. So this is actually, like, not a great chance.
Botch. Well, not a botch, just a fail.
Let's fail. Yep. He does not see you. He does not see you, Sark. So his defense is going to be halved. And it's already suffering a penalty because of the attacks he was taking.
So make your attack.
How do I make an attack?
Alright, so you're going to want to make a decisive attack against him because you are going to have enough power because of his penalty.
Wait, I have a charm for this.
Okay.
Let me see it.
I'm kind of scared now. Because right now he also has the issue of he cannot use any charms to defend himself.
Because of sneak attack.
Yeah, because of the sneak attack. It's like, Sark only rolled 2 successes. He's going to be able to make this no problem, I bet.
Oh,
And, nope.
I'm going to use a Wrath-Soaked Onslaught.
What does that do?
Spend 2 motes on step 6 of a decisive attack. The Inferno gains additional die of damage for every 2 power spent on the attack. This may be used during a clash. Gain an additional anima. Wraithful. If she spends at least 7 power, add an additional die of damage. And I have 7 power.
Alright, and read that again to me real quick, just to make sure.
Spend 2 motes on step 6 of a decisive attack. The Inferno gains an additional die of damage for every 2 power spent on the attack. This may be used during a clash.
Okay.
Gain an additional anima.
Okay. And then you have 7, so what's the extra ability you get?
I add an additional die of damage.
Oh, okay. So first, before you use that charm, you have to roll to hit. So that's going to be melee plus your best stat.
Would that be close combat?
Yes, close combat. Yeah, this is the reason stealth scares me.
So that's gonna be 7 dice.
You roll d12s.
12s.
My bad.
You're good. It's like, why are there 12s there?
Better result.
Yeah. That's not good for me. Reroll that 10.
Reroll that 10.
No.
Reroll that 10. There you go.
Nice one, Sark. Very
That's
nice.
the sound of my dreams dying.
Oh, it's more than just your dreams dying.
Tell us more.
Oh boy. That will hit. So 2, 4, 6,
I counted
7,
10.
8, 9, 10. Yep. His defense is set to 1. So that's 8 extra damage that you're going to get to add. How much damage does your weapon add?
Mist Drinker is damage of 1.
Okay, so you get 1 damage from Mist Drinker, so 9. And then how much power you have? 7?
7.
So that's going to 16. Then how much do you get from your charms? 4, I believe, extra?
I get a die of damage for every 2 power spent on the attack, so I get
3 plus 1 for this 7 or more power.
yeah.
So
So
you get 20 dice of damage.
okay. So which dice do I roll?
20 d10. Always d10. I'm in danger.
That's 20 dice.
You have 2 10s there. Hey, Nevis.
Yeah.
Why did you give him power?
Because I like to be nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10. So, Sark, what do you do? How do you go about this strike?
So I do the I start doing the whistle.
Can I have the whistle, please?
I think that's it. I doubt I did that well.
Oh no, we have an actual thing for it here.
And as I'm doing that, I'm basically going full force towards his back as I bring down my scythe across his chest, basically the back of his chest, a diagonal pattern.
Okay. You come out of the mist like a nightmare. And before he can even react to get his blade up, your scythe sweep down and shear through the white jade of his armor as you feel them cut through flesh. As for a moment he just stands there looking surprised before just slowly sliding apart and pieces of flesh fall to the floor.
Joke.
Oh, yes, Twitch, thanks for the joke. Hmm. Well, seems like his plans fell to pieces. Literally.
So is combat over, or
He's currently in about 3 different pieces right now.
Still the rest of the tower.
So did we get him?
Sark, he's currently in pieces at your feet and not moving. Oh no, he's twitching a little bit, but not moving.
How well is his hold on the white jade at the moment?
He's dead.
Oh, it's
Very,
fine for the
very
taking.
dead. Also, the room you are in is clear of any of his minions because of Zul's spell. So you are in the clear at the moment.
As I stand over his destroyed corpse, I'm going to roar. If I can do that.
Roar. Oh yeah, of course. Victory! Do 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 do. Someone may want to help Guaco a little bit.
How do we help Waka? I don't have medicine. Actually, Sagashki might be able to help him a bit. Other than that, I got nothing in medicine.
If you get back to the ship, they would be able to treat him there. Or, Nevis, you do have medics in your army.
his army is currently at the ship?
Ready to go back to the ship, or
I love how we're all just like,
You were able to cut him down, Sark.
yeah, the question is, do we want to get out of here before the tower falls?
It won't fall. It's safe.
It's white jade. If it's gonna fall, I could have, try to have Zul attune to it to keep it stable.
Not fall in that sense, as in somebody sees a tower of white jade and wants to take it.
Jaffa says, so what do I do with the 22 power I have stored?
It would just go away.
Hey, Kerr, would you mind, giving this guy a bit more health so we can go wham on him and be satisfied with our attacks?
I
That's
still
not
gave
how
him.
it works.
He had more HP than a normal person does. You guys went through it.
I mean, you said we needed to attack him to win, and we did. It's just we did it a little too well.
Yeah, so let me lay it out here. Nevis gave you the power you needed, Sark, so you could launch that attack. The mist of your sword, Sark, made it so that all of his followers that might have been there couldn't see you to help him and give him bonuses on his perception. Zul was able to do a little bit of damage to him, which allowed you to kill him.
My one extra...
Mhm.
Sorry.
No, your 1 extra damage is what pushed it over the edge.
Oh!
Yep. Murder was able to force him on the defensive, but since you fought him on stealth, he couldn't use all of the defensive charms I gave him to try to stay alive. Because he had a couple of them, plus he had 1 perfect defense that he could not use to defend against your attack, because he would have used it if he could have. And then Guaco tanked his counter attack, so he couldn't clash against you.
I think that was a good team effort.
It was literally because of the exact actions that every single one of you took that you were able to beat him as easily as you did.
Question, Kurt.
Answer.
Out of curiosity, if Zet Nevis gave power to Zul, would have that power been used in his spell?
No.
Okay, so it would just been standard dice plus whatever extra will I've been used as power. Okay, so
Power is separate from will.
Yes.
Okay.
I can double check just to make sure, but I don't believe you are able to convert power for spells. But I will double check that for next session to let you know.
Other than that, we took the exact perfect actions.
Mm-hmm.
That was brilliant. Good work, team. That deserves a high five. I high five myself because I can't high five anyone else.
I go over and I high five Zool.
Nevis, do you have somebody who wants to take over this tower?
Why would he have anybody to take over the tower?
A base of operations of White Jade.
Hey, isn't there an artillery strike that's about to hit?
I mean, Nevis didn't get to finish his speech or anything, so... No, that didn't really trigger.
Poor Nevis. You were so happy. You were so ready to deliver the speech, but he just died.
Well, we stopped some monsters being from unifying unity creation into these, I will admit, intriguing yet grotesque creatures.
Out of character, just be glad
Jaffa
that we
says,
aren't
I
fighting
am sorry
the Power
for
Ranger.
interrupting the speech, Zim. Murder just doesn't to the monologue thing.
To be fair, I think it made the that made that whole interaction just a little bit more funny.
I can totally see Murder doing that as well.
What's going to be scary is the Power Ranger party that we go up against.
This is fine. This is fine. I wonder if Murray just initiating combat while Nevis was doing the speech caught the guy off guard. What was his name again?
Which one? The person you were fighting?
Yeah, what was that?
Glint.
Glint. Right, Glint.
And for those who don't know, when I say Power Ranger party, that's a full group of dragon-blooded.
Oh. Oh. No wonder why it's called power. You get one of every
color, basically.
That's All right.
Air, earth, fire, water, and wood aspect.
Yes, the 4 elements and then wood. Only
Wood
the
is one of the
avatar can.
elements. What is the element of life in this world?
I would assume wood. Maybe.
And the fear thing that he was talking about, I do have that as my active effect for my anima.
Hey, Kerr,
Yes.
what if I would have used the body devil incarnation to commit one mote and done that thing to gain a natural melee or ranged weapon?
You would always be armed, basically, even if you were like disarmed or such.
So doing the devil body incarnation probably wouldn't have like helped in that
No,
attack.
it basically gives you a weapon for when you don't have a weapon. Because like, what happens if you need to go into like a wonderful ballroom that's currently doing like a soiree and you can't bring your weapons in there? You don't need them. You always have them.
Cool.
And I always could have made the joke, I'm going to drop my lever on this guy. Go Leviathan.
Oh, there's another thing that says you grow up to twice your normal size, reducing the difficulty of feats of strength by 3. You can't be grappled by smaller characters unless they're attempted supplemented by charms or other power.
You become giant, terrifying monster.
See, I wanted to do that, but I couldn't. So I was like, I'll just attack him.
That worked.
I'd say it did.
Wait. Can't we make artifacts out of all this white jade?
If you had the workshop and the tools and the knowledge, yes, you could.
Do we have the workshop? I feel like we have the knowledge.
It's on the boat. You have to know how to work it, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's white jade to a sky element dragon-blooded dragon king.
It doesn't matter. You would still need like the specific knowledge to do it.
Okay, fair enough.
Like for you, it's just easier to use the resultant artifacts that are made of it. Not that not like you have an understanding of how it works and stuff. It requires very specific like it's the same thing of like how a swordsmith knows how to forge a sword. It takes training and dedication and learning.
Okay. So it's
And-
No, go on.
Zool, what's the name of your new sword?
Nevis did provide that.
Wait, I have a new sword? Go on, that was sorry.
You said Umine Gimme for the sword that he dropped.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Goldfish memory.
It's a sword of white jade.
I didn't think of a name for that one. I think I might have said that one out of character.
Don't forget, all these artifacts do have their own personalities.
Mm-hmm.
So is the plan to go back to the ship?
As you are getting ready to possibly head back to the ship, you hear something. Something that you shouldn't be hearing. You hear the sound of horns playing. Great brass horns. And it's starting to snow in here. And you hear the sound of bells and hooves before a large sled being pulled by a group of wolves and deer comes charging out of one of the walls, literally on a path of snow that's forming before it. And there, sitting in the sled, is a figure in a beautiful white fur robe. It looks like a burb, maybe? Some kind of burb? It's like a mix of burbs. All different kinds of burbs. The more you look at it, the more it's like, I feel like I should recognize these birds, but I don't. And he's wearing a crown of ice upon his head as he stands up regally, and you see small figures bound out of the sled. They look like humans, and quickly get on their hands and knees in front of it as he steps on their back and steps down to the ground, looking around dismissively. He's standing like a good 8 or 9 feet tall. And he looks towards you, Nevis, before lifting his head haughtily. Ah, you are the one who my rival has decided to follow around. You don't look so special, it seems.
Nevis.
And you are?
I am the great and powerful Lord of the North. I rule the courts of the Fae with an iron palm. All know my feathers and rejoice at my coming, or I slit
clearly
their
don't.
throats. You are an uncultured swine. But then again, what can I expect from a mere mortal? You are not what I'm here for, honestly. I am here for Domino, my rival. And since you are his lord,
Oh,
that means I'm here for you.
when did Nevis become his lord?
When Domino decided to give you an army,
When did that happen?
when you got the Goblin army, remember?
That wasn't from
Domino agreed to-
Domino.
But he agreed to follow you along and help you.
The goblin army is led
Was
by...
from the other Fae, yes. But Domino is also there with you. And he does help you out.
Prince Aurorus.
Huh, a horse would make a fitting name.
I wouldn't call him Dick Santa, Fox Warrior.
Well, at least he can't see the fourth wall. Yeah, I don't recall this event at all, though.
Also, keep in mind, this is a fair folk. Him saying something doesn't mean it's true.
Fair enough. I'm afraid that I don't know what you're talking about. So, do be on your way.
I will not take orders from a lowly mortal. I run.
Nevis
the
is
North.
walking away.
You cannot just walk away from me.
Murder, do what you do best.
I am a noble ruler and king of
Jaffa
my
says,
lands.
Murder will attack.
Your scythe will go right through it without harming him, Murder.
Oh, nice roll though.
Your scythe considers him to be innocent.
He's a fair folk. There is no such thing. Or he's not a fair folk.
Why would the Sass consider him innocent? That is curious. Then, there's a better term actually.
I mean, you don't know really anything about him, so... But yes, apparently according to the scythe, he is innocent. How dare you? Do you not know who I am? I told you
We
I'm the
already
ruler of the
told you
North.
we don't know who you are. And I've already got one fair folk annoying me on a regular basis. I don't need a second.
I am here to learn more about you, Nevis, and why my rival seems so smitten with you.
Very well, if you want to stick around, you will swear fealty to me, and I will find some use for you, I am certain.
You will find use from me. I believe you have it the other way around. You will attend to me. You are but a lowly general.
Walking
I
away.
am nobility. You can't just walk away. I'm having a grand speech.
You may be a noble, but I am Nevis, King of Conquerors. I'm fairly certain that I outrank you, peasant.
I am a king. And I am
You
not
just
a
said
king
you
of-
were a mere noble. I am royalty.
You are king of only conquerors. I am the Lord of the North. I
Yes,
rule
and a
everything.
king still outranks a lord. Thank you very much.
It is a descriptive, flowery term. I don't actually rule things with my iron paw. I
Oh, you
simply
don't
say
actually
that.
rule. Exactly.
That is not what I meant. Now you will
Last
see
problem.
here.
Jaffa says,
Well-
Murder will slap the Lord of the North with a backhand.
That works too.
Oh yes. Oh, I think you got that crick in my neck. Thank you, Sir Bird. You are quite the beautiful subject, I must say. Truly fitting warrior. Now see here, O King of Conquerors. I am the Lord of the North, which means I rule more than you. You rule nothing but conquerors. There can only be but a handful of those in creation.
If you would like to make a meeting, you can contact Ferris and he will schedule you in.
I'm gonna look at the guy and be like, listen, you're not gonna win. Trust me, he's as stubborn as a mule.
That perhaps a mule is what he should be.
I wouldn't do that.
You dare to insult me? I am the great and powerful. Chirp, 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 tweet, tweet, chirp, chirp, tweet.
As I'm walking away, I'm going to take my my sickles and just do the thing to put them in their down position. Be like, see this dude right here? He was an exalted. I say was. So yeah, just remember that.
Zool,
Yes.
you heard his name. Now you can use your will to bind him.
I very well could. Just for clarification, this would be binding Glint to service or something?
No, this
No.
would be trying to bind the burb.
The fair folk right here.
Yep, you would need to perform a sorceress working in order to attempt to do so. Which is basically a venture for sorcery.
This would be my first time doing this. Is the first time I'm hearing this for a player and character. Probably knows how to do this.
It would not be easy, and if you did it in front of him, he
Jaffa
would probably
says,
try to kill
slightly
you.
orc, can you all tell me what exalted class you are? I need to know for something I'm working on.
Guaco is a solar, Nevis is a lunar, Zool is a dragon blood, Sark is an infernal.
Lots going on. Zul's gonna pick up the artifact sword. Seems too cool and too shiny to pass up for someone else. Maybe someone on the team could use it, if not him.
And he's going to begin to follow Nevis as Nevis goes out. Now you will listen here, O King of Conquerors. I expect to get adequate treatment while I'm out here. I expect my own floor of the ship. I expect you to treat me as the lord that I am.
Very well. You will have your own floor of the ship. Krabirius, please have the soldiers prepare a space. We'll give him 5 feet square on the ship.
Wow.
You cannot do this to me. Do
You
you not
just-
know who I am?
I keep telling you I do not, which means you are beneath my notice.
How
Jaffa
dare
says
you,
he can
sir?
have his own floor, the bilge.
The brig.
The bilge.
No, he gets a 5-foot square of floor.
Which floor level is that one?
We'll put him on the deck.
Is it the supply closet?
Now, you see here, I will not be treated in such a crass manner. I have traveled all the way from the north. I expect to get a mediocrum of hospitality.
Well, if you really wanted to do 5 foot, just stick him on the bow of the ship as the figurehead.
Oh, I like that idea. Yes, Kerberius, prepare a space on the bow of the ship. Make him the figurehead.
I am standing right here.
Yes, and you have yet to show me a modicum of the respect that I deserve. And as we've already established, I am your superior.
Superior in only one aspect.
Carrying on, Kerberius, do contact Ferris. It seems that this individual would like a meeting. Tell Ferris to pencil him in sometime, next month.
And he continues to follow you as you make your way back towards the ship. I believe that is where we will be ending the session for this week. Because my stomach is also starting to act up a little bit, and I know I'm going to need to be running to the bathroom soon.
And I would have added in also, I think this little birdie is lost. This doesn't look like the north.
This poor fair folk. You're the one who brought him in here, Guaco.
Uh-huh.
The rival of Domino.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. I think the session was good. We did combat effectively. We worked together.
And I get to add 1 to my kill count.
I'm actually impressed that my 1 damage actually helped tip it over. I thought it'd just be chip damage. Oh no, it's chip damage that mattered.
Well, Fox Warrior, he did specify a floor on the ship. The sea floor, unfortunately, would not be on the ship. All right. Guaco, something you liked, something you felt could be improved.
I like the teamwork of everybody today. Good job. Something to be improved. Me figuring out what to do for the battle. And yes, I'm sorry, Kerr, for posting that in Exalted.
You're good.
You saw what I posted, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did you post?
A magic card.
Birds
Bird
of
of Paradise.
Uh, So is that what's going on right now? Is that he got inspired by that?
No.
No,
Oh.
that's an old card. That's one of the first. That's from Alpha.
Alright, Curse. Something you liked, something you felt could be improved.
Still working on getting my combat flexes all the way good. Because right now it's just like I have to build my characters a certain way, otherwise they just get one shots. But I enjoyed watching all you guys working together. I really enjoyed that.
Alright. Jaffer, just go ahead and put that forth once you're ready. Zool.
Jaffa says,
something-
I liked hearing the shock in Kerr's voice when we destroyed his boss.
Fair enough.
Something I like. I
Jaffa
think
says,
we did well.
I think we have a bit too much overlap in our party. Working on a fix for it now.
Jaffer's concocting something. Alrighty then. What I liked was how combat went. We learned, we grew as players, and the boss fight was really fun. Something that I think could be improved. Hey, Kerr, yes, I might regret this, but we were building up for a bigger boss with more health. Where did that go? Did it just go out the door because we just went around all the charms and mitigation you had?
Yes, it's usually very hard to get a lot of HP. It doesn't happen. Usually the way you survive in battle is through charms, defending yourself and not taking the damage. Usually most people don't have a lot of health levels.
Okay, fair. Burning
I
thought
will
or idea.
say-
I should.
Alright, go ahead.
I was like, burning thought or idea. I should get myself some charms. soon.
Exalted only have a single charm that gives more HP.
No, not for HP. Just in general.
I know, I was just giving that as an example. There might be a couple of others, but I know there's only one main one that people use ox body technique.
That's how I survived.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Because otherwise you usually only have 7 HP.
Alright.
And yet you gave me a weapon that allows me to conceal myself, and I'm a stealth character with close combat.
Mm-hmm. You asked me about a weapon that would be good for your character. I just chose one that would fit well for you. Because there's not a lot of good weapons that would fit you.
It definitely did its job.
It also helped that its ability helped in this specific instance for negating his specific advantage. Being able to see in multiple directions doesn't help if every single one of them sees is just missed.
Well, any,
What did you like?
What did I like? Well, I liked how well combat went. You're asking for something specific?
We were on Sark for what you liked and what you felt could be improved.
I like that stealth go burr.
Yeah, stealth is really good.
What could be improved? I should really finish spending all of my points.
What have you not spent?
Like the milestone points, because I just didn't know what to spend them on.
Oh. I gotta look into what I haven't spent. I did lose track, and I definitely need to get some stuff to make Nevis capable.
Oh, Kerr, I forgot to say, was I able to pick up like a piece of the white jade and then bring it back to the ship?
Oh yeah, you could have done that.
All right, well, I gathered up a bunch of white jade and then brought it to the ship to give to Swiftpaw.
Yeah, that works.
All right. As for myself, I will say in general, with basically any tabletop game, keep in mind that there's the classic thing of action economy. Whichever side has the most action economy usually wins. Like, you could have a super powerful boss, but if he can only react to one person, then that person, you know, after he's got that off, everybody just charges in. It's kind of like why D&D 5th edition introduced the legendary actions. Because that gives bosses more action economy to them.
Again, his specific build was countered by Sark.
Yeah.
He never used any of his defensive abilities because none of you were actually going to be able to do anything that would actually have hurt him terribly bad. I was specifically saving some of my higher defenses for Murder's turn to protect him from that. But he never had a chance to use them because Sark's stealth stopped him from doing so.
All right. Well, let's go and wrap up the recording then. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today for Ebon Sales Exalted. check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more. There on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as picking up some packs through stream loots, sending a treat through TreatStream, or by using our Humble Bundle partner link. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Duke. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.